0 to 100 in the blink of an eye. Hi guys, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Maddie. Today we are doing another reading vlog. This one is going to be on my Kindle from one of my Kindle Unlimited books. Today we are reading my first Christmas read of the year, The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. I am super excited to read this. I see this all over TikTok every year, and so when I saw that it was on Kindle Unlimited finally, I decided to download it and we're going to get right into it. I need to preface this by saying I'm not a huge romance reader, but I want something kind of like light and airy and fun that'll go down and digest easily after reading the first 3 Throne of Glass books. There's a little bit of emotional damage that came from those first 3 books, so I think I just need something light and fun, and I haven't really been feeling the Christmas spirit yet, so I think this will do just the trick. I know little to nothing about this book, honestly. I believe it's like forced proximity, um, enemies to lovers kind of thing, if you can even consider that enemies to lovers. But I'm reading the about this book right now. Um, so it is 390 pages. It says that it'll take me about 5 hours to read, so that's a good thing. I might be able to finish this today, actually. The synopsis starts with, "She'll save Christmas just to spite him." What? What do you mean? Okay, so it's definitely Grumpy Sunshine, it looks like, because Grumpy is literally in the first few words of this book description. There's a single dad trope, which I don't think I've ever read any single dad tropes. No, I don't think I have read any single dad tropes. I think this is also small town. So far we have small town, grumpy sunshine, forced proximity, like single dad, a lot of romance tropes in this. So this is like a lot happening. Okay, here's the author's note. These enemies to lovers deliver the holiday feels with dirty talking hero, ballsy blonde who never backs down, steamy hot, break the dining room table, sexy times, and a small town that still believes in the magic of Christmas. Whoa, is this a spicy book? I did not know that this was high spice. Not opposed to it, just wasn't prepared for that. So I'm glad I kind of know before we get to that point so that I'm not like taken aback. But it looks pretty good. It has like killer reviews on Amazon, and I don't know, can you see reviews on Kindle? This has 4.5 stars on Kindle. I don't know if you can see that, but that's wild. That's highly rated. Um 35,000 reviews, 4.5 stars. That's a high rating. So this is a well-liked book. So I have really high hopes. I hope I don't have too high of hopes because, again, I'm not really a romance reader. I'm definitely, if I'm leading romance, it's definitely romantasy. I love world building. I just love the intricacies of fantasy books, and the excitement of fantasy books. So I'm trying not to hold this to the same standard as that, but we'll have to see how that goes for me. Anyways, let's dive right into my first Christmas read of the year, The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. Okay, so I've made it to chapter 6, and it's pretty good. It's pretty cheesy. I mean, it's going down super fast, already 6 chapters in like, I don't know, maybe 15 20 minutes. So I definitely think I can finish this today. But pretty good. I like the characters so far. We have met Little Miss Sunshine, the real estate celebrity. She has like a home improvement show kind of deal going on. And then we've met Mr. Grumpy, who is I I think like the town mayor or something. Um He's in charge of something. His name is Noah. He's in charge of this town called Mary, and there's a storm coming in. And our little Miss Sunshine is named Kat. She wants to help get Mary on its feet again for Christmas because that's like its big source of income is this Christmas festival. So that's kind of where we're at. She has ventured into Mary after the storm. It's like completely flooded. She's saving people from their homes. And we are about to get Noah's POV again in chapter 6, so we will see what he has been up to through the storm, but pretty good so far. I'm starving, so I'm gonna get up and listen to this as Audible. He's definitely an easy book to listen to for the audiobook format, and I'm gonna make some dinner. So I have definitely gotten used to, like, the cheesiness of the book and just, like, the romance writing style, just how cheesy that is in general, and I'm starting to like it. So he has finally agreed to let her help save Christmas in Mary, and, so she's doing her show. It's like a 5-episode series. They're working on getting them all filmed, and then they're gonna have the market for, like, 1 day or something. Like, it's gonna only start up on Christmas Eve, and she's like, so many people are gonna come, and he's, like, super skeptical of it, but she has met his daughter now, and the daughter obviously loves her. Um, I feel like that's pretty common in the single dad trope, like, oh, his kid just happens to really like the girl that he really hates, and the stepmom just happens to really like the girl that he really hates, and yeah. So far, Kat has realized that she was the one that saved his life, but Noah has not realized that Kat was the one that saved his life. And so Kat's like kind of holding that information close to her chest. She's not really showing those cards yet. But they just got into this like huge screaming match. He's being an asshole. He's like really driving me nuts, honestly. She's just trying to help. Like she's literally has done nothing wrong, and he's just being such a dick. Honestly, it's not even funny, but he's really, really pissing me off, but all the other characters I really like. I am to chapter 17, so I'm really curious when we get to the lovers part of this. It's been a lot of enemies. We have had a lot of the enemies part of the enemies to lovers, and I think I'm ready for the lovers part. So I'm about a third of the way through the book, and there is no end in sight for the enemies portion of this. So hoping that comes soon because I'm getting a little bored of the like constant banter of like, I hate you between these two. So hopefully we get there soon. This went from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye. Oh my god, they almost just fucked in an alley? Are you kidding? What just happened? That was crazy. So she's like at the bar with her friends complaining about how much she hates him, and then he shows up at the bar and he asks like to talk to her outside. And then they end up like literally almost having sex in public. What just happened? I'm not even halfway through this book and they've almost had sex. I'm a little scared for the rest of the book. At this point, what is gonna happen? Did they go enemies to lovers to enemies again? This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, we are definitely halfway through now, and it's getting good, but we got, like, that huge climax of them kissing and almost fucking in the alley, and then it's been, like, cold turkey. There's been, like, nothing. They've kissed once, and now they're kind of pretending like they don't like each other again. So I'm back to like, what is this? I respect the romance genre so much, and romance readers, y'all must be a different breed because you're so patient. This is pissing me off. Like, just get to the point. And then there's me who reads like 800-page Crescent City novels that have like little to no plot until the very end, and like the first 400 pages is like entirely world building. I sound like so hypocritical saying that, but this, I guess it's just like a different type of impatience. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I really like it though. I do like it. It's just not my style, not my usual style, but yeah. Also, I'm, like, getting the Christmas undertones, but they're, like, undertones. It's not, like, Christmas in your face. There's, like, the town is called Mary and the street is called Peppermint Lane. That's I don't know if that really is, like, the vibe of Christmas I was going for. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I'm new here. I'm new to this cozy romance, cozy holiday read, okay? So don't come for me. I'm sorry. I'm learning. I'm a beginner. Chapter 30 is crazy. That was descriptive, to say the least. Holy shit. And the girlies on TikTok are like, it's such a good little Christmas read. Nothing about that was Christmas, I can tell you that much. Nothing about chapter 30 was Christmas. I remember seeing this one girl on TikTok, maybe I can find the video, but describing this as like a low spice romance read. If this is low spice, what's high spice? If we're here, what's here? Low spice. Huh. Is it just low spice because there's only like a few occurrences of it? I'm like trying to think back to when I read A Court of Mist and Fury and the A Court of Silver Flames. Um, I remember Silver Flames being like, oh, like having to like read through my fingers, you know? Maybe I'm just weak. I don't know. But I remember Silver Flames being like a lot. Like, oh, that was a lot. Liked it, liked the story, loved the characters, written really well, loved it. Not saying that this is not written well or anything, but I just remember being like, ooh. And then Mist and Fury, I don't remember feeling like at all. I remember the spice. I do. This though, whoa. No, please be so for real with me. What is a mamma jamma of all orgasmic experiences? What is that? Seriously, guys? Really? I don't know if it's just because I don't read romance, like cheesy romances like this, or if I'm a hater. I don't know. But mamma jamma of all orgasmic experiences, uh, mm, that sentence alone makes me want to put this book down and never pick it back up again. And that, that might be dramatic of me, but then 2 sentences later, it says, Noah Yates was the king of orgasms. Guys, guys, I need you to be so for real with me. Is this what all romance books are like? Because I have Emily Henry books. They're not like this. Maybe that's like because it's like a rom-com genre, and this is like some other romance genre. Because I've read Bridgerton, and that's romance. That's like historical romance, and I love those books. Then they're not cheesy and cringy like this. I fear this is turning into a hate read. I'm sorry. I know this is well reviewed, but this is not. This has to take a really big turn of events for me to give this more than 2.5 stars. Mhm. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm missing Throne of Glass right about now. Right about now, I'm wishing that I had just picked up the next Throne of Glass book instead of this one. I'll read something different. I'll read something light and fun to ease the pain of losing Sam Cortland. Nope. What did I get? Mamma jamma of all orgasmic experiences. No, not for me. Thank you, next. Thank you, next. Anyways, I'm gonna finish it because I'm 2/3 of the way in, and not even that. I don't even think. Yeah, yeah. I'm 2/3 of the way in, and I don't know. Should I just DNF it? I don't know. I think I'm gonna hate read the rest of it. I'm working. I'm like doing computer work and listening to this audiobook, but I'm just gonna switch. I'm just gonna switch entirely to the audiobook at this point and finish this guy out because I gotta know if this gets better. Who? Why does this have 4.5 stars? 35,000 reviews and 4.5 stars. All right, so they're going at it again at Noah's house this time. He invited her over to stay the weekend or something. I don't know. Whatever. And Kat gets mad because his daughter, Sarah, walks in, needs to get her history textbook, and Noah's like, "Oh my god, you have to hide." Duh. Duh, she has to hide. This bitch gets mad. She's ignoring him. She's saying that he's like making her feel cheap and like that he's embarrassed of her. He has a daughter. She's like preteen. Obviously, he does not want her knowing that he's fucking the documentary lady that she looks up to. This girl, I can't. I honestly don't like any of these characters. Not one. Not a single one at this point. Oh my god. That's terrible. She should be ashamed for being upset about that. What a child. Ah. Okay, I did it. I finished it. The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. Reluctantly. And quite honestly, only out of spite did I finish this book. This was bad. This was not good. No. I gave it 1 star. 1 singular star. I don't think I've ever given a book 1 star before. Maybe I should give it 2 stars just for the emotional reaction it gave me. As negative as it was, it still clearly incited something in me. You know, the beginning was not bad. First 200 pages weren't bad. The, like, enemies part, the before lovers part, I don't know. The first 200 pages weren't terrible. I think I really just did not resonate with these characters. I did not like these characters. I did not like this being like a Christmas book when the only Christmassy part of it was this festival that they were fixing just happened to be Christmas. I did not feel Christmas vibes at all. There was no chestnuts roasting on an open fire. There was no like Santa Claus mentioned. There was no like fireplace imagery. There was no gingerbread cookie making. There was like nothing other than the fact that the festival that they were trying to save was a Christmas festival. And the town was called Merry, as in Merry Christmas. And the park where the festival happens is North Pole Park. That is like such a cheap way to make a Christmas book. That's like the bare minimum of theming, in my opinion. And I've said it before when I was like in the moment reading the book. I said it in one of those little snippets that I'm a fantasy reader at heart. I love fantasy books. I love the world building. I love knowing the authors put so much into these worlds. They literally build it around you. So I think I'm biased in the sense when I say like this was a cheap shot, like cheap trick, quite honestly. Just to say like, okay, we're gonna make a Christmas romance. It's the same as every other romance you've ever read. Every other forced proximity, grumpy sunshine, small town, single dad romance. Everything's the same, but the town's called Mary, and the park is called North Pole Park. That does not make this a Christmas romance. That is cheap. That's a cheap shot. And I'm just not for it. Just not. I I don't even know if I'm gonna post this vlog because I'm not really I don't like to be negative about things, but life has two sides, and one of those sides is negative and one of those sides is positive. And right now we're on the negative side. One positive, it's a book to add to my reading goal for the year. So that's a bonus. I am proud of myself for picking up a book from a different genre that I don't read, that I clearly don't like, and sticking with it. So that's a positive. But yeah, I don't recommend. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna go that far. If you are like me and stubborn, strong-minded, just like a special interest is fantasy. Like it's got to have some depth. If you're like that, this book is not for you. I don't know if romance genre is for you in general, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be for everybody. And I'm so glad that it is for people out there, and I'm so glad people get like so much pleasure out of reading these books the way that I get a bunch of pleasure out of like reading my fantasy books. Like I love them, and I know people love books like this, and so that makes me happy. That's a positive out of this situation. um Anyways, into like the nitty-gritty of the book, since I'm not just gonna sit here and be a complete hater, into the nitty-gritty of the book and like actually kind of reviewing it. um they lost me. She really, really, really lost me at Mama Jamma. Mama Jamma of all orgasmic experiences or something like that. What? Who thought of that? Who wrote that? Took it to an editor. The editor read it. Went, yeah. Publisher read it. Yeah. Maybe test audiences read it. ARC readers read it. I don't know. And everybody was like, hell yeah, dude. Mama Jamma. Not me. I wasn't asked about it because I would have said, no. So she really, really lost me there. Also, if you're writing a book with like construction undertones, use the construction terms correctly. I don't know, basic, right? Basic. That's like bare minimum, in my opinion, for book structure. I don't know. Anyways, she was hiring a contractor to fix this leaky roof. And she said that, oh no, you have to be out of your office because we're having an architectural engineer come inspect the like stability of the building and reliability of the building. What the fuck is an architectural engineer? Architects don't. There is only one type of engineer that would be called in that instance to inspect the reliability and stability of a structure, and that is a structural engineer. Not an architectural engineer, not really a civil engineer. Structural and civil, pretty much the same field. Structural has like extra tests, and they delineate themselves later on in their career. They start as civils, usually, but, I digress. Anyways, not an architect. Not an architect. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Architects don't do that. Architects don't do that. Just like the civils say, like, don't try to say, well, I designed this building. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. The architect designed that. You made it happen. So, anyways, that's just a boundary you don't cross in my house. Um, so that really pissed me off. And then the ending, could have called it, saw it from a mile away. I called it right when she started taking applications for that school, this construction school that she has. I was like, well, she's just going to build it in Mary. Why wouldn't she build it in Mary? It's an economy that needs help. It's a place where she knows people would like value it. It's a place that has sentimental value. Obviously, she's gonna build it in Mary. I don't even know why we had to do that whole plot line. She was never gonna go to LA. I saw that from a mile away. So, predictability, not my favorite. I love a good plot twist. Honestly, at the end, I was kind of hoping the epilogue would be like, um, she moved to Mary, they were together for 3 weeks and broke up. Like, I was hoping for that. That's how pissed I was. Like, I was like, at least that would be like a fun plot twist. Something I didn't see coming is them breaking up. Nope. The epilogue was them happily married with boys, like young boys, and going to her first graduating class of her school. So, also very predictable for the epilogue. But, anyways, I'm going to stick to the fantasy genre from now on, and I apologize for my very emotional reaction to this book. But honestly, the writing was good, like well written, very descriptive. Um, like I could visualize the scenes really well, very thought out. I feel like there was just a lot. I was like, but that's not enough. You know, like your writing can't just be good. The story's got to be good for me. So, yeah, that's why it's 1 star for me, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm gonna look like hella hater on Fable when I post that review with 1 star, but whatever. I hope your guys' most recent read was better than mine. And if you like this book, I'm so sorry for shitting on it. Um, I give you permission to shit on my favorite books in return. So, and I won't be mad. So don't be mad at me. Okay. Okay, bye.